Not a whole lot more to say. We are going to move on as quickly as we can to the last part of our season. Division opponents. We have an opportunity to finish the division with a winning record, 1-1-1 in our division right now. So you look for things to really play for. I know the guys are going to show up, be ready to go. It's an overtime game. So to get to an overtime game yesterday, there's some good things that you did against a team that has a chance to win the Super Bowl this year. Says an awful lot about the way the guys fought. But we didn't finish, and we kind of realized that. We have some injuries. Some of the longer-term injured players on when they come back, Brandon Cooks, Nico Collins, on those guys. We'll kind of see exactly where they are. We have a shorter week, too, so we'll have to cram what we would normally do in a 7-day period into 6, all of that. Take your question. I'm sorry, with
Damian Pierce,
Damian?
reserve, with him now done for the season, I'm just wondering if you could reflect on what he did this year, what he meant to the team, and his future here.
Well, he had an outstanding year, to start with that. Anytime you're a rookie, and first off, you get playing time as a rookie, it's saying an awful lot. And to be one of the best running backs in football during that rookie year says even more. He was everything we hoped and wanted him to be. Just excited about his future, and he'll get well and eventually be back in the backfield for us, being our starting tailback.
You talk a lot, obviously, about being close but not being able to finish. When you talk to the guys, is there a message you talk to them about that? Is there something specific you're trying to point to as why you aren't able to finish?
Well, yeah, we always point to the reasons why. And most of the time, Christy, it's kind of obvious why when you get in those positions. First off, when you get in those positions, it's just not one. Yeah, at the end, it's maybe that play that happened, but it's so many other opportunities we've had before. That's been the case each game. But at the end, no matter what happens early, when you get in those situations at the end, we have to just be able to make a play. And we've said that a few different times. But we talk about that. We try to be real, and the guys understand it. And I just know we've had practice doing it. And I just know that they keep showing up. And going back to playing division opponents, division opponent that beat us here at home. So we're excited about. They're in a hard, they're in a tough division race right now. So we can be a factor.
After the game yesterday, Andy Reid, he said that he gave out some advice with just you and the progress. His advice would be just to give him time. Did you hear that from him, and what are your overall thoughts on what he's trying to say there?
Well, I talked to Andy after the game, and I've known him for a long period of time, competed against him a long time. No, I don't know exactly what he said, but I know our guys fought hard yesterday against an excellent football team, and I don't know exactly how to respond beyond that.
Coach, yesterday after the game, you said hindsight is always better. After reviewing the film, that drive in the fourth quarter, bringing Driscoll into the red zone, do you kind of wish you would have stuck with Mills at that point in time? Or
when I say a look back, we don't. It doesn't do any good to look back. I mean, any decision that doesn't work, you say, hey, well, I wish I had done other. But you make sound decisions at that time, and that's what we did then. Didn't work out our way, but we felt like, every decision is not like I'm looking at them. 4th and 1, no, I'm not going to do the same thing then, the end of the game. All those present, as those decisions had to be made at the time. I think they were sound. It didn't work out this time.
With, now after these past couple of weeks, the 98-yard drive against the Cowboys, the touchdown after that first half, is your tendency in putting faith in situations with that in the defense, does that alter your kind of perspective in the future whenever it comes to those kind of
We got to put faith in offense, defense, and special teams as they come up in the game. It's kind of as simple as that. Played excellent football teams. We didn't convert some. We converted a lot before that. We'll look at this team this week and try to make some of those same decisions and go with our plan on what we think we should do.
What did you think of Royce Freeman yesterday, and do you see him getting more carries at the end of the season here?
I like what he did. He waited for his opportunity and made the most of it. Thought he ran hard, physical, hard, tough physical yards. I thought we were able to get when Royce was out there. Not Damon Pierce, but when you come in a backup role, to have that kind of production, it's pretty good.
Lovie, two rookies made an immediate impact yesterday with Teagan with a touchdown, and then Christian Harris led the team in tackles. Just where have you seen the development and the maturity, and also how do you expect their roles to be in the grow?
Well, both of the guys fought injuries first, so they got behind the 8 ball a little bit, fought their way back. We have seen marked improvement each week. Teagan, he can block. I think that was most reps he's gotten in a game so far. He can block. I think what we're seeing is that maybe we can get him even more involved in the passing game. And Christian Harris, we see flashes each week. Great open field tackle, and he's involved. But we're seeing, rookie mistakes also that we have to just keep working on. But both guys are good football players.
When he was coming out of college, Teagan was known for being a really well-sounded blocker. Do you think that helps benefit him getting more reps moving forward with the way that the offense is catered to be more right that connect?
Yeah, and we're looking at him in that light a little bit too. It's one of the reasons why we saw him coming in as a wide tight end who could give us inline blocking along with what he could give us in the passing game, and I think that's exactly who he is, a healthy Teagan.
With all the consistent starters who are sidelined with injuries, not only this game but the week past, why do you think this team has played some of its best football against the competition that there is in exchange to the other games this season?
I wish we could figure all that out. I just know that where we are right now, first off, some of the other guys earlier, it took us a while. I think you get better as the year goes along. Those players that have a more prominent role right now have had the benefit of all of that. So we're seeing our best ball right now. I just think it's tough circumstances to be where we are right now. And we talk about guys playing some of their best ball right now, but that says an awful lot too. If we talk about the hope a little bit, is that some of the players that are out, we've evaluated them to say that they're guys that we were starting, so that should say better days are ahead too. Injuries are part of it.
What's your evaluation of Derek Stingley and how he did before he got hurt?
So, it was a while ago, seemed like, but we liked everything about Derek Stingley when he's played. Another one of our guys that came in, behind a little bit with his injury. But now those guys have a chance to really develop their bodies and get healthy, and I know they're in the ball. Derek is all meetings. All the guys are just, getting as many mental reps as they can, which will only help them to see what it takes to win. And it takes an awful lot, and how hard it is to win in this league. All these things have to, help them as they go forward.
What did you think of John Grenard in his first game back? He missed a lot of time, but what did you think of him?
I think it's the same thing with him too. Of talented player, but practice matters. Playing in game matters, and when you haven't, it takes a little bit of a time to get back to form, and that's been the case. I thought Jonathan did some good things, but there's some things, especially up front defensively, we like to have back on what we did yesterday.
And there's some particular things that you've observed with Davis the last couple of weeks and going back and looking at the film in terms of his growth, decision-making, reads, that sort of thing?
I think as we talked you just look at the last couple of games. First, it was about ball security. That was one area that we felt like we had to improve on that. I think he's done that as far as passing the football. Dallas game, I think we just had that one Hail Mary pass at the end. Good. Yesterday, I thought Davis made some good throws. The ball security, of course, was, not necessarily throwing. So just that in itself gives you a chance to win the football game. So that's part of the growth that we've seen.
I know right now that you are playing playing the best football so far this season, even though the outcome isn't what you're expecting. But knowing that you have 2 divisional games ahead, especially against teams that are fighting for playoff spots, does it kind of give you satisfaction that you can go toe-to-toe and maybe play a little bit of spoiler for these teams like this season?
Well, the spoiler part, just playing division opponents, that's enough that should get you fired up, just that in itself. And that's where we are. As I mentioned, as you look for things, all right, yeah, the guys are going to show up, but what can we really, set our goal, our aim for? To finish up with a winning record in our division. That's what it's down to for us right now. That is what is getting us motivated. Eventually, we want to win our division and be the division representative in the playoffs. So to have a chance to see, yeah, we're playing better ball right now, see how we match up against them. But I'm going to say they're playing better ball also. Tennessee has been right in there. I know they've lost, 3 or 4 games, but, they've been leading our division most of the year. Jacksonville has really risen up on how they're playing. They're playing their best ball right now, and the same thing with the Colts. Of course, the Colts had a big lead on a playoff team. So, yes, we're anxious to see how we can finish this up against them.
What have you thought of your O-line? What have you thought of your O-line the past few weeks, not giving up a sack, and then you had to shuffle some players around on Sunday, but just overall the consistency?
Like the way they've continued to fight, and it's kind of coach talk a little bit, but we do. Last week, we had some injuries. Kenyon Green didn't play. Titus, we need to switch places. You've been playing tackle all year. Need you to play guard. Yeah, and you're going to be playing against one of the best players in football. All of that. Like the way the line is shuffled. Scott Quisenberry, didn't start off as our starting center. I like the way he's moved in there. So we shuffle guys around, but for them to be playing that type of ball right now has to be encouraging.
You might have been including Kenyon Green in your first talk about the injuries with guys like Cooks and Collins, but do you expect him to return this season?
Kenyon?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. The guys that we put on IR, they can't. But if we haven't, we're expecting those players to come back and we have football left to go. Again, we're talking about who we're playing. So, yes, we're hoping that those guys can go. Yes.
Two more. Lovie, we're expecting kind of a late week freeze. Is that on your radar at all when it comes to preparation, travel, that kind of thing?
I was expecting a lot of questions, but that wasn't one. But it is. Met on that, a matter of fact, this morning. We have to be prepared for that. Last year, early in the year, we're down south, up north, they're ready for, weather like this a lot better than we are down here. We do have a plan for it. Yes, if the weather really turns bad later in the week, and we feel pretty good about that. Of course, our indoor facility, start with it. But in an ideal world, I say the odds are there will be a cool game. It'll be colder than what we've been playing in out here. So the plan, I'm hoping we can be out. I would like for it to be as cold as possible this week, and for us to be able to practice in it would help a lot.
Pro Bowl is coming. You're going to have the selection. The fans have already done their balloting. What do you think about Larry Tunsil, the kind of season he's in? He's in a Pro Bowl caliber year here in the book.
One of the best linemen in football, offensive linemen in football. I think, the thing about it, we talk about our guys. We don't get a chance to vote for any of our guys. But if I was on an opposing team, I would definitely vote him in. He's that good.
With that being on the season, with the injuries and the losses, close losses, what do you feel like progress looked like last 3 games?
I think, we judge how we play each week. The score really tells us how, but I think it's a lot bigger than that. I think everybody's watching us play, saying that we are getting better right now. So the progress, if you say we're getting better, I think we're making progress and getting better in all areas. I think that's where we are, which gives us a chance to win now, which we're excited about that. And again, pumped up. The second go-round, when you get a chance in the same season to play someone that beat you in your home place, at your home place the first time around.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.